I think for me, what would be intriguing out of all of those would be Lorenzo Brown going to Penna. That means they're trying to get the back to back title. We've seen how Ottoman is with good guard play. We've seen it for years with Misic and Larkin, and then we've seen it this season with Salukas and Nunn. And now if you add Brown, I mean that just gives you a whole nother dynamic. As Salukas gets a year older, he had some calf injuries this year. Bringing another guard in can kind of keep him strong and persevere him throughout the season, and also take some of the pressure away from Nunn when he's out there alone or when Slukas is out there alone. So that would be interesting to me, especially to see him and Lazort in the pick and roll. That'd be really interesting.
Don't you think that there's at some point there's just too much talent
I
or
don't like it.
people that needs the ball exactly? Because I like hierarchy and I like roles. I like alpha dogs on my team. I think that they have enough alphas already in Kendrick Nunn, Kostas Lucas, Matthias Lazort as the main core player. I don't think that they need actual stars. I just think that they need some role players, great level role players, to accept the role and to just help this team to be consistent and good. I think that this Lorenzo Brown move to Pana, I'm not comparing those situations, but F has also had this example of Will Clyburn when everyone thought that, oh, it's the three-peat, it's guaranteed. But it's not necessarily about having the most stars and the most talent on your team. It's also about roles, fit, and Panathinaikos, they have everything basically. They just need to replace one, two players, like guys like, I don't know, Isaac Bonga or, for instance, Jordan Lloyd coming off the bench to replace Vildoza if they actually want to replace Vildoza. And that's it, because they already have a championship team.
Yeah, I don't know what Lorenzo Brown would do for Jeremy Grant, and I think he's kind of the unsung hero in all this. I think he had a really good year, and he helped them a lot this year. And I think Slukas and Lazort and Nunn got a lot of the headlines this year, and rightfully so. They had amazing years, but Jeremy Grant, I think I've seen games where he kind of held them in with defense and offensive points, and kind of uh, gave them solid contribution. Is probably one of the like core players on their team. And I think if you bring in another guard, I don't know how that looks for him because I think sometimes he got to bring the ball up and have a little bit more responsibility.
Yeah, I even forgot about Jerry Grant. So, I mean, again, not sure if they really need Lorenzo Brown.
Yeah, but let the record state that before the 2023-24 season, I said Grant was the most underrated EuroLeague signing, and I said he was a EuroLeague player, and I don't know why no teams were signing him. And I played against him in the playoffs in Turkey, and I said he got it. Like defensively, he could shoot, he got mid range, he posts, and I kept saying it. And for the longest, he didn't get signed, but I wouldn't want to replace him. But I know that when you're chasing history and you're chasing, a back to back, it's very difficult. And knowing Ottoman, he wants as many weapons at his disposal as possible, and I just know that a lot of coaches like insurance. You know, no coach is going to turn down too many good players. If anything, it keeps guys hungry. It makes them work harder, but it does complicate roles and happiness. But if you're winning, you can kind of salvage the happiness part. But definitely Grant would be affected if you bring in a Lorenzo Brown type, and they're two different style of players. And I think that's why what Mike was talking about makes Grant so important because he did the dirty stuff, the nitty gritty, the intangible stuff. And you could lose that, if you don't have him in that lineup. But also, let's say Saluka's injury to his calf, prior to that Final Four. What if that doesn't heal? What if he's unable to go? They're not winning with just None. It's not enough. So I can understand, why they might want another formidable playmaker and creator, you know, to protect against his possible health, to save him from playing all those minutes. Also they're trying to maintain position in the Greek league. All these things are probably deciding factors. So, do you really want to wear out, you know, a back to back in the EuroLeague, a double week, and then you turn around and you got the Greek lead, and you drop a game to a team you shouldn't, because you're trying to preserve minutes. So you never really know, but it's just intriguing just because it's so many stars.